Welcome back to Kirby Beak Squad. In the last part, we fought an owl and ripped its beak off.
That's fucking Monster Hunter right there.
Is that something you can actually do in Monster Hunter?
Well, not necessarily rip it off, but once you kill it, you can carve a beak from something.
My videos. Oh, it finally just started.
Is
Okay,
it an
where are
owl
we?
specifically?
I'm sorry, you guys. Can you tell me where we are? My video took like 10 seconds to load.
25, 26, 27, 28, 29.
Okay.
There was an owl monster in...
I'm like a second behind, but that's okay.
In last generation.
Wait, so it's happening in Safari
Hunter...
now too?
No, it normally doesn't take like 15 seconds to load like it did just now. But,
Oh. Oh, right. In Safari, in Firefox, it just wasn't loading at all, right?
Yeah. Well, it would load and it would play, and then it would just stop randomly and go black in the middle of the video.
Yeah. Spain!
Oh, that is fast.
You can kill. Well, there's in last generations Ultimate. There's a monster called Malfestio who is a monster.
Malfestio. There's a monster called Malfestio who's a monster.
In Japanese, I believe his name was Horodo Horodu, and it's a very long name with a bunch of H's and a bunch of O's.
I'm sorry, but you said that name and it made me think of Horo Horo from Shaman King.
Hell yeah, Salami King. I love that show.
The remake's starting to get really good again.
No, that's what's up.
Cause the thing is since they're doing like a Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood thing where they're fixing it since the original anime deviated from the manga in the second half, they're rushing through the parts that the original anime covered correctly.
That's good.
But they got now that they're at the China arc, they're doing it more properly.
That's what's up.
So that's
look at that.
But I mean, it's such a big deal to me because like that was my favorite series in middle school, and God damn it, I really wanted to get a dub soon so I don't have to like sit with the 4Kids voices in my head forever. Because that, like, even as far as 4Kids dubs go, the casting in that dub was particularly awful.
Yeah.
Like, you give the Chinese kid a British accent, and then you don't give the British kid an accent at all.
Yeah, like, what the fuck? Come on, 4Kids, one or the other. Back it up, let's go, come on.
That's really strange.
Yeah.
Come on, 4Kids, come on, what are you fucking doing? Come on,
what are you doing? What are you doing?
Come on, back it up, what are you fucking doing?
You see, the weird thing is, Joey's British accent fits for some reason.
Yeah.
I couldn't tell you why, but it does.
It just does. It works.
Joey isn't from... Come on, Yami, Joey isn't from Australia. He's from Brooklyn. I mean, Japan. What? Who is from Australia? You're thinking of Jack Atlas. Oi! Good day, mate!
No sign.
Stereotypes.
Jack Atlas, my man. What a guy.
Was he actually...
What a guy who's
like,
also
I didn't watch 5Ds. Did Jack actually speak with an Australian accent in the dub?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, he did. Why? No clue.
I mean, because 4Kids. They just give accents.
Because 4Kids.
Yeah, they're like, this guy is blonde hair. Let's Australian.
The big thing about 4Kids is that whoever was like their lead. Oh my god, we're just gonna murder him.
When you stand at somebody and they die.
The thing about 4Kids and like their casting and directing and stuff is like I feel like whoever was in charge of directing on most of their dubs like had the idea that characters needed to sound like Looney Tunes tier cartoony with the voices a lot of the time.
Yeah.
Instead of regular human people.
Yeah, and
every now and then, like they'd manage to like get decent casting in there, like in Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh, those like the casting there is pretty good for the most part, at least. Tristan sounds a little weird in the first few episodes, but aside from that,
they had to iron some stuff out. That's fine.
They recasted him after that.
I know. They're like, oh.
His original voice was Sam Riegel of all people.
Really?
Yeah.
What? Is that facts?
Yeah, the Tristan who you know for sounding like this. Yeah, that's Sam Riegel.
What?
Carrie,
wow.
Carrie, you know, you like, if you want to know who Sam Riegel is, he's the voice of Taniguchi.
Okay, interesting.
I just figured I'd drop a name you'd recognize there.
That's so weird. Sam Riegel, really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
You very rarely hear about voice actors known for, like, non-4Kid stuff being in 4Kid stuff, unless it's, like, Sean Shamel, but...
Yeah.
This music. It's really calming.
Yeah. It's so peaceful. Full of peace and stuff.
And I really like this level. I like how some of the plants are still growing, but it's snow. It kind of reminds me of maybe the last snow of the winter, just as spring is starting to come.
Gonna say reminds
so you have that hint of new life in spring, but some of that cold of winter still hanging on for a little bit longer. So we
never experienced that directly, but what you're describing reminds me of Press Garden in Sonic Mania.
Oh yeah, Act 2.
Where it's like a snowy Japanese garden, but there's like cherry blossoms everywhere.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's really nice.
It's one of the prettiest levels in the whole series, I'd say.
Yeah.
Sounds beautiful.
Canon time. Carrie, you've seen it.
Did I? I thought you said I haven't seen it.
I said Sonic Mania, I said. No, what I said was
we
don't see that stuff very often because of our location, is what I said.
Sorry, I'm chewing something, so I missed that.
When you have ears.
Yeah.
What was it called again?
Press Garden Act 2 in Sonic Mania.
Because I'm remembering that, but I didn't know if you were maybe talking about a different place.
I was talking about the idea at first, but I'm saying it reminds me most of Press Garden. I just posted the picture to remind you.
Again, I just looked it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does kind of look like that. I think the cherry blossoms were a bit too bright pink, though. They didn't have that soft, really light pink color that
I think it's one of the
like about cherry blossoms.
I think it's one of the prettiest stages in the whole series.
It's nice.
Agree. Concur.
Wow, you concur?
That
I do, good sir.
Wow.
Ooh,
I think this level right here is my favorite so far in this game.
In this game, yeah. Yeah, I can agree with that. It's very different for typical Kirby fare as well as the other thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Agree.
There's that tower in the background. We don't know. We probably never will know. But that's okay.
Never will. And you never will.
I've never burnt down a house before. No, sorry. I've never burnt down a forest before. Because, like, we're actually doing that in this level to an extent. Alright, I'm just gonna escape from spinning.
Change in pace.
And just like the ape, you must escape.
Now, what do you think the chances are that another Kirby game is going to be announced pretty soon?
I think it'd be pretty cool if it was like announced like this or next year.
Yeah, because like
what Star Allies came out in 2019, right?
Star Allies was early 2018.
2018, thank you. Yeah.
And also it's just like, well, I mean, Switch is also technically a home console, and that's the only way I play Switch. Kirby, whenever Kirby's had a mainline game on a handheld, he's always had two.
Yeah.
Like, the only time that wasn't the case was in the Game Boy Color, where Kirby only had, like, a single spin-off and nothing else.
Yeah.
But really, like, honestly, like, Game Boy Color's library, like, when it comes to first-party Nintendo stuff, was pretty lacking.
Yeah.
It's got some good, like, third-party stuff on it, but, like, really, it's like, what are you playing on it aside from Pokemon Gold and Silver?
Yeah.
I mean, I guess Pokemon Crystal, but...
yeah. Semantic.
Who's Semantic?
I don't know. He's like 6'5", 800 pounds of muscle. That kind of guy.
I was confusing like the term semantic with the name Samantha.
Sam for sure. Oh my god.
Also, that actually kind of reminds me, the first time I heard the term semantics, I got it confused with ceramics.
Oh, interesting.
Oh yeah, semantics class.
Anyway,
what would you do in the
Right, yeah, the Game Boy had Dreamland 1 and 2, the GBA had Nightmare in Dreamland and Amazing Mirror, the DS had Squeak Squad and Superstar Ultra, the 3DS had Triple Deluxe Planet Robobot. Like, I feel like the Switch is probably gonna have a second Kirby game.
Yeah.
Especially since Star Allies was very early to the system.
Yeah.
And I'd say the Switch has a couple more years left in its lifespan, and I don't really think the Switch Pro is gonna be a thing, actually.
Really?
Yeah.
I do.
Really?
But that's just me. Yeah. I mean, not necessarily in the sense of like, Nintendo's being, those Nintendo guys being greedy bastards. I don't think it's that. Those Nintendo nerds, Nintendo noobs, Nintendo neighbors. There you go.
Okay. So what are you what are you imagining it as more?
I'm not imagining it as necessarily like, oh, it's got a cool fucking 4K portable screen and runs at 9 quadrillion frames per second, which is actually really slow. I'm thinking more
yeah,
like...
hang on a second.
I forgot that the higher frames, the slower it gets. Like, it runs at, like, 120 frames per second, which is good. I'm imagining it more as, like, you know, a common fix to a bunch of issues. Like, comes with Joy-Cons that won't drift, or comes with...
so what you're saying is I already have a Switch Pro because my launch Switch's Joy-Cons still work perfectly.
You were very lucky.
I am very lucky. I also have absolutely no troubles with Smash Ultimate's internet at all.
That's also very lucky. That could also just be lucky on your end, because fucking God forbid every single mongrel who doesn't know what an Ethernet or what a good Wi-Fi connection is, they're like, oh, I got 1 bar, let's hop on Smash Ultimate today. Time to play Little Mac.
Yeah, you know, I think that is actually probably more of the issue than what... Because, like, the thing is, okay, I'm using Wi-Fi. It's completely wireless. And my Switch is in the opposite corner of my house for my modem. And, like, I don't just mean, like, corner as in, like, on, like, a flat surface. No, I'm talking about, like, my modem's on the 2nd story, my console's on the 1st story, and it's in the opposite corner as well.
Yeah,
it's as far away from the console as it can possibly be, and connection's good.
Yeah. That's...
Look, because I'm also in a similar vein where our router is downstairs, and me in the upstairs room. I'm not directly across from it, I'm right above it, but that's still an entire floor between us. I'd be fucking running. I'm gaming. But I think it's just, I'd like to see if the Switch Pro does come out, what the Xbox 360 Slim did in similar vein to the original, which was...
because the original Xbox 360 was a fucking disaster.
Yes. Even though, actually, I have an original 360, and it's never red-ringed. It's never had any issues. And, I mean, it's similar to your Joy-Cons, where I've been very fortunate to get, you know, the 1 in a million that doesn't have the issues which plague the system.
Yeah, I'd be down with something like that. I just really don't like the idea of more advanced version of a previously released console. It's like it's punishing you by making you pay for it again.
Yeah, and that's kind of why I think the PS5 Pro is going to be a tremendous issue, is just because of that sole reason that people have already spent fucking God knows how much on getting the PS5, be it through scalping or any other means of getting it on launch. And so if Sony doubles back now instead of fixing the numerous issues with the PS5, to release a Pro would just be mad insulting.
More life! God, no, actually, like, I am really, like, I've been growing increasingly frustrated with Sony lately. Like, this is the PS3 all over again.
Yeah, yep. Oh my god,
Only the thing is, instead of price being the issue, it's stock.
Yep.
And also just, like, I don't know, Sony dropped the ball with the PS3 in a lot of ways, and it's like, whenever they get super confident, they do this.
That's when they fuck up the most.
And it's like, okay, the funny thing is, like, I feel like with Sony, a lot of this, like, in addition to, like the stock thing with PS5, it's like the shift to being, like, almost exclusively Western is another thing. Especially by changing the management. But the thing is, this was how they saved the PS3 in the long run when Japan wasn't buying it.
Mm-hmm.
But overall, like, if you're a fan of Japanese games, like, unless it's like Nintendo, the 7th generation was a very bad time.
Yeah.
Because like a lot of Japanese game developers were trying to copy what Western game developers were doing, but
Oh, Northern Lights.
available. Little to no avail. Like in Capcom's case, it was utterly disastrous, and they've only recently kind of gotten out of it, like just a few years ago.
No, mother, it's just the Northern Lights.
Did you have something you wanted to say, Carrie? Carrie?
What?
Did you have something you want to say? I thought I heard your voice there for a second.
I said, ooh, Northern Lights.
Oh. Alright.
No, mother, it's just the Northern Lights.
No, Kirby, don't turn me into a bubble!
Fool. Die. Get bubbled, idiot.
I love how he doesn't just surround him in a bubble, he actually turns him into a bubble.
Yep, and the
It's
only
like,
thing that's
at the
inside
end
the
of Shrek
bubble is its
2.
essence.
It's like the end of Shrek 2, when Fairy Godmother gets turned into bubbles.
Right.
I've never seen Shrek 2, sorry.
What?
I've never seen
listen,
Shrek 1.
Listen, Carrie. The most important thing you need to know about Shrek 2 is that they sing "Live in La Vida Loca" at the end.
I might have been
you
in the same room as Shrek 1 at one point.
You can't, Evan. You can't forget the whole factory fight scene. That's just crazy.
I love the DVD Far Far Away Idol shit too,
Oh my god, the Far Far Away Idol was so good.
where they
it
actually
had
had
fucking
Simon
Simon
Cowell in
Cowell.
it.
It's so good.
I heard about that.
It was so good.
Yeah,
Was he
I also
voicing
like the
somebody?
behind. Yeah, Simon Cowell.
he was playing himself.
Wait, so he was voicing himself in
Yeah.
Shrek?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh my.
Like how he played himself in the new Scooby-Doo movie.
Except that was terrible.
That was not good. Yeah. It's the difference.
Like it wasn't just there for like good laughs either. They like made it a part of the plot.
Yeah. At the end, when your movie has more to do with a dead boomerang cartoon than it does the actual source material, very
my
cool,
God.
Wacky Races. Thank
Yeah,
you. Thank
yep.
you, Wacky Races. Very cool. Oh, I'll never forgive Scooby-Doo.
Honestly, they should have just made a Wacky Races movie.
They should have. Maybe it would have spurred interest in it. Maybe the
Millennials or
whoever old grew up watching Wacky
Wait.
Races. would be like,
But I have a question because I didn't see the movie. Okay,
okay, I might have an answer because I did with my friends. and it
does
was
Muttley
bad.
laugh?
Yeah, of course he does.
Okay, so in other words, it's actually the
course.
best movie ever made.
Oh, of course, yeah. That movie is. Oh, man. No, I mean, yeah.
Man.
Man.
Makes
but,
me want to go see the Northern Lights.
Just make some steamed hams.
That will create the Northern Lights.
Yeah,
Completely localized in your kitchen.
At this time of the
Oh,
day
but-
in this part of the country.
yep. Localized completely in your kitchen. Yes.
Yes,
see it?
during the broad
No.
daylight.
No,
Too
you know what I
far
love
south.
about that gag? Actually, like starting today, I have a new thing that I love about that gag. Okay, that's pretty much the equivalent of yeah, that's the Northern Lights. Don't ask me about it though. You know what I like about that joke, though? Honestly, that sounds like the kind of thing that Will would come up with.
Yeah. Oh, God.
Shadow
Anything
Master
that I
Hand.
can do to make up for the
Oh
lack
my
of
god, it
presence
is
of
Master
Will, I'm
Cord
happy
because
to
it
do.
also turned into a sword.
Master Clev.
I meant to say Master Core
Ah.
because it also turned into a sword. And
Master
Core does
Edge.
that.
Yep.
He does, Master Edge. And he turns into the dog.
Did you ever do Master Fortress?
I did, yes. What a
It's,
slog that was.
God, you know what I don't like about that?
That it exists?
The only way that you're actually going to enjoy that is if you are a character with high defense and also good mobility.
Character
Yep.
with high definition.
I had to like take advantage. It's the one time I took advantage of Smash 4's like custom abilities to
Yeah.
like, deck my Ness out with higher defense but still good mobility. Because like Ness by default is a fairly mobile character.
Yeah.
So like I just decked out his actually I decked out his attack and defense since like, and while that did compromise his mobility a little bit, he was already like fundamentally a more mobile character, so it didn't matter that much.
Yeah, no,
I used a min-maxed defense Marth, pretty much, to get through that, with like crescent slash and heavy counter, just so I could fucking get through it and not want to tear my hair out and punch myself in the balls 90 times.
Master
Ow.
Fortress was not fun.
It's
I
like-
just
It's
just
like
sucked. Oh
it's
my God,
like
it just blew.
subspace, but like everything's trying to kill you at once.
and also you're playing the Great Maze, but everything's like you said, trying to kill you. Whereas instead of the enemies just kind of plopping down and being an inconvenience in your way,
They're actually out to make you start the fight over.
which sucks.
Yep.
But I got through it. I got the trophy, and I was like, oh, cool.
You
That's
got to
it.
live.
I did. Yep.
I love how you
Yeah.
completely incinerate them with your lasers when you're in that UFO format.
Laser!
Enemy Chaser! Ooh, dude, a new Ooh! That'd be a new game.
What?
I'd totally buy in a heartbeat.
What
Metal
game?
Slug.
What?
Metal Slug.
Oh, they announced a new Metal Slug.
Eh?
Yeah.
When?
The other day.
What? When? What? What is
it's
the
a-
other day?
it's a-
Relative to what?
It's called, like, just 2 days ago at Summer Games Fest.
Oh, I didn't watch Summer Games Fest!
It's
was
called
watching-
Metal Slug Tactics. It's a tactical game.
Oh, no. I don't play a tactical Metal Slug game. I want to play a run and gun.
Yeah, and it's being published by Dotemu.
No! I play a run and gun. Gun.
But Gabe, it's like playing Metal Slug and Fire Emblem at the same time. You
No,
like
but
both of those.
Fire Emblem's always been tactical. If you came out with Halo Master Chief Cooking, I'm not gonna play it. It has Master Chief in it from Halo, but it's a cooking game, not an FPS.
Hey, he's like, you're putting the game in Shigeru Miyamoto's goats. Like, yeah, fucking who likes the old Marios anyway? BRB making Zelda Modern Warfare.
Mario City Simulator. My point is that while I do like spin-offs and deviations from the genres, if I want to play a tactical game, I'm going to play something like Advanced Wars or Fire Emblem.
Yeah, that's a good
If I
point.
want to play a run and gun, I'm going to play Metal Slug.
You know, but it's also like bad timing because like when was the last Metal Slug?
Wasn't Metal Slug XX? No, it was Metal Slug. I don't remember. Metal Slug when?
How is that bridge holding him up?
Well, it isn't.
It's
gone.
not. That's why.
He's just gone.
Bye.
That's
See you
what he
later,
gets for teleporting
Storo.
onto a 1 square foot thick cinder block.
Bridge while he weighs like 1 trillion pounds
Yeah.
of pure
the
mouse
the
mass.
last Metal Slug game was indeed Metal Slug XX, released in
Okay.
2010. 11 years
Okay, so
ago.
it was XX. Yeah, I
So-
was fucking 10 years
Metal
old.
Slug XXX
And the last
rated
one that
M.
wasn't a remake
Ooh,
was
okay.
Metal Slug 7, which was in 2008.
Yeah.
So,
But actually, XX is just a remake of 7, so...
yeah.
The thing about,
Metal
like... And the other thing is, like, Oh, yeah, I had to cut this off early because the part ran on too long. But... You know, it's like, if you go that long without making a new game, don't make it a spin-off. Like, Metroid did the same thing, and that's the reason why people hated Federation Force. Not because it existed, but because it was so long since Other M came out.
Yeah.
It's why why did I just forget his name? Tanigawa needs to come out with another plot relevant Haruhi book.
I'm actually gonna cut him slack on that one because, like, actually doing a short story collection makes it feel like his response to living, like, it will never be able to live up to the hype is just by making it seem as if it was released like a year later instead of 9 years later.
No,
And
that
I-
makes
and
sense.
I like
especially because
that as like an idea. Plus, it's like I feel like the
Yeah.
series needed a little cool down after Surprise.
no, exactly. But I'm actually really pleased with his choice in this one. But I do hope that the next one is plot relevant, just for what he set up in the previous couple of books.
We'll see how you feel about it when you read it too, because you know that's just like not that far away. From
Yeah,
now.
I'll be getting that hopefully at the end of this month.
Yeah. All right, next time on Smash Team Games, we read books.
Oh,
It's just we're just not going
nice.
to say. It's just going to be silence when we all read our own
Yeah.
favorite novels.